Welcome to In Pursuit of Truth. This is your host, Sir Patrick Mack. As you can see, I am all queued up and ready to go. No time for pleasantries, because ain't nobody got time for that. As you can see here, we are watching some video of the President of the United States and First Lady Melania Trump stepping off of Air Force One onto ground in Helsinki, Finland, where the President will be meeting with Vladimir Putin, discussing likely Syria, Iran, many topics, Russian meddling, and who knows what else. But I want to turn you on to this video real quick, and I'm going to stop you right about there. Now, before I speak about this video, I want to thank one of my viewers. I'm not going to mention their name because I don't know if they want me to, but I woke up this morning ready to turn this video on, and this person had already sent me the video. So thank you so much. It was literally the first email I woke up to, and this is exactly what I wanted to see when I woke up. So thank you for that. Turned me right on to it, and also turned me on to something really, really cool. And I want to show you this. As you can see, President Trump is shaking hands here with, this is Robert Frank Pence. This is United States Ambassador to Finland, and I'm assuming that is his wife right there. And as you can see in the foreground here, this is the President of Finland, Sauli Niinistö. And I thought it was very odd that it's not the first hand he shakes. But this Robert Frank Pence has only been, was appointed back in March of 2018, oddly enough, by Mike Pence. No relation. Now, he was not a Trump guy, although he is a Republican. And like I said, he's been there since March. He's also on the board of directors of the Gary Sinise Foundation, who is a famous actor, and that foundation benefits first responders and their families. So, as you can see, they're shaking hands first before the president, which I found a little bit odd, but maybe it's not that odd. Maybe I'm just not familiar with this kind of protocol. But my viewer turned me on to this morning, and it was really, I'm so glad you did. Thank you so much. Just give a look at what happens here in a minute with this exchange. Did you catch it? Let's take a look again. As you can see, Mr. Pence appears to hand the president something very, very small. Now, I'm sorry, I can't blow this up. Not sure if that is some sort of maybe an SD card or some sort of USB stick. Could be something very innocuous. Who knows? Could be a breath mint for all I know. But I just wanted to point that out. The viewer pointed it out to me, and thank you so much. This was literally the first email I got this morning. How helpful was that? So there you go. Anyway, this is Robert Frank Pence handing the president something, and you'll see the president pocket it in just a second. Like I said, could be nothing at all. But there you go. There is our President of the United States and First Lady as they greet the President of Finland. And I'm assuming that is also the wife right there, Sauli Niinistö. Well, like any burger combo comes with fries and a Coke, a President Trump action comes with protest. And Helsinki is no different. Here you see a local with, seems to be a local Finnish kind of style cap on top of her noggin. She's got the world. And then we've got a bald eagle over here on the left, and over here to the right, I don't know, is that the double-headed phoenix of Hermes? I'm not really sure, but either way, their feathers are equally scattered around the planet, which probably means something. And she's also wearing kitten ears to make it all cute, you know, to tie it all together. So she's creative, and it looks like it probably hurts her neck, so I thought I'd give her some attention. Well, she's not the only one protesting. Back home, there are a few senators that doth protest. Richard Blumenthal tweeted this: no question, President Trump should cancel Monday's meeting with Putin. Certainly no meeting alone. So Richard Blumenthal is not for any unsupervised visits. And of course, we have over here Senator Don't Be Such a Dick Durbin says President Trump must cancel his meeting with Putin if he doesn't plan to make 2016 election interference the top issue of discussion. If he insists on meeting with Putin, doing so without other Americans in the room would be a terrible mistake and raises serious questions. So you can see Democratic senators are in a little bit of a tiff about this. And those two have something in common. As a matter of fact, those two were part of this little crew right here. I'm taking you back to post 1626, thanks to the Anon who posted this on 8chan. As you can see, Q post 1626 on June 28th. We were actually just talking about this in the last video. Dems are in crisis mode. They will try to apply artificial MSM heat to cancel, And as you can see, Dick Durbin, as well as Blumenthal, Mark Warner, Senator Jan Shaheen, Senator Bom Menendez and Ed Markey are all calling to cancel this meeting. Looks like that's not going to happen. But they were incidentally also the same senators who demanded today that Julian Assange's asylum be revoked in violation of international law. Makes me almost wonder why they want to have this meeting canceled. Well, as you can see, Q said, server or JA, truth expose Seth Rich. And of course, we know that either the server or Julian Assange is holding the truth, and we're waiting to figure out how exactly we are going to get that exposed. Could that be something happening here at the summit or in the days that will be basically coming post-summit? And Q says that right here. Putin/U1 will come out post-summit. They will try to apply artificial MSM heat to cancel. So there you go. There's the heat. But unfortunately, it's to no avail because the meeting is about to start any minute. Let's move on. Meanwhile, in another corner of the globe, we have this. The Daily Nation reports about 14 hours ago, former U.S. President Barack Obama has arrived in Kenya and started his 2-day visit in Kenya by paying a courtesy call on President Uhuru Kenyatta at State House, Nairobi. While welcoming the 44th U.S. President in Kenya Sunday afternoon, President Kenyatta thanked Mr. Obama for keeping his promise to visit the country after his service as U.S. President. Mr. Obama made the promise when he last visited Kenya in 2015. President Kenyatta congratulated the former U.S. President for establishing the Obama Foundation, which seeks to empower the youth to become the agents of change in Africa. The two leaders agreed that the youth in Africa could become the continent's most valuable asset if their energy and creativity are effectively harnessed. And would you look at that? Is that who I think it is? Looks to me to be like Ben Rhodes, former U.S. Deputy National Security Advisor for Strategic Communications and Speechwriting. How about that? Couple of bros getting the band back together, hanging out in Kenya like we all like to do from time to time. How about that? Well, what are these guys doing in Kenya? Well, we might just have a couple of humanitarians here getting together to do some good work for the children. After all, we know how much Obama cares about the children. And look, over here, looks like Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta got in himself a little bit of trouble back in 2011. Now, they withdrew the charges back in 2014. They finally made the final decision, and it looks like in 2015. Let me just read you a little bit about what those charges were about. Mr. Kenyatta was accused of being criminally responsible as an indirect co-perpetrator pursuant to Article 25(3)(a) of the Rome Statute for the Crimes Against Humanity of murder, Article 7, deportation or forcible transfer of population, sounds like trafficking, rape, Article 7, persecution, Article 7, and other inhumane acts, Article 7. Sounds like a charmer. On the 5th of December 2014, the prosecutor filed a notice to withdraw charges against Mr. Kenyatta. On 13th of March 2015, Trial Chamber 5 terminated the proceedings in this case and vacated the summons to appear against Mr. Kenyatta. And here are some of the more specifics of the alleged crimes. From the 24th until 28th of January 2008, the Mungiki criminal organization allegedly carried out a widespread and systematic attack against the non-Kikuyu population perceived as supporting the Orange Democratic Movement, ODM, mostly belonging to Luo, Luya, and Kalenjin ethnic groups in Nakuru and Naivasha. The attacks in or around Nakuru and Naivasha resulted in a large number of killings, displacement of thousands of people, rape, severe physical injuries, mental suffering, and destruction of property. Between at least November 2007 and January 2008, inter alia, Mr. Kenyatta and members of the Mungiki allegedly created a common plan to commit these attacks. According to the alleged plan, it was envisaged at the meetings that the Mungiki would carry out the attack with the purpose of keeping the Party of National Unity in power in exchange for an end to government repression and protection of the Mungiki's interests. The contribution of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta to the implementation of the common plan was allegedly essential. More specifically, Mr. Kenyatta's contribution allegedly consisted of providing institutional support on behalf of the PNU coalition to secure the agreement with the Mungiki for the purpose of the commission of the crimes and the execution of on the ground of the common plan by the Mungiki in Nakuru and Naivasha. Sounds like quite a charmer, doesn't he, ladies? There's your prom date right there. So Obama's out hanging out with Kenyatta. Couple of broskies hanging out in Kenya. So it's nice to see Obama giving back to his community of Kenya. Who knows? Maybe if the children's organization goes well enough, maybe Mr. Kenyatta will hook him up with a visa, maybe a passport. After all, Q said back in post 894, when we're done, he'll claim Kenyan citizenship as a way to escape. And finally, let me turn you on to some opening comments from a couple of the most powerful men in the world. Let's see what the president has to say.
I think the world wants to see us get along. We are the two great nuclear powers. We have 90% of the nuclear, and that's not a good thing, it's a bad thing. And I think we hopefully can do something about that, because it's not a positive force, it's a negative force. So we'll be talking about that, among other things.
Well, there you go. A couple of alphas getting ready to dog it out, and I will keep you posted as to what happens there. We also have Lisa Page scheduled to testify, so I'm going to let you go so I can try and cover some of this stuff. Now, if you want some more immediate reaction from me, please join me over here on Twitter at IPOT1776. That's IPOT1776. For those of you who don't do Twitter, that is okay. I am also on Gab and BitChute, both at In Pursuit of Truth, but this is probably the most immediate way that you can get my response. I will be posting more videos too, as I'm hoping that YouTube will be releasing their stranglehold on me. I also have a guess. We know that President Trump is scheduled to return after these meetings. It would not surprise me if in the next couple of days we may or may not see some new Q posts, but it's just a hunch, so don't smack me over the head if I'm wrong. Don't smack me over the head if I'm right either. You know what? Just don't smack me over the head. I'd appreciate that. All right. If you like this video, please click like, share, and subscribe. I will be seeing you very, very soon, whether it's here on YouTube or, of course, on Twitter every day. You can join me there. But I will be posting new videos very, very soon. That's all I got for you. I am Sir Patrick Mack, and until next time, stay out of trouble.